So how's the start of the semester going for you in particular? Because the first time I talked to you, you were an undergraduate student here, and now you're a graduate student. So tell me about your studies and how they're going.
Um, it's been good. It still allows me to do stuff around campus and feel comfortable, but it's definitely different because my undergrad was more hands-on, more things in like travel or like hotels or event planning. Like this one's just like cut and dry. It's like specifically for this, so it's a little different, but I like it ultimately.
Will you have more chances to do some of the hands-on work as you get closer to the finish of the program? I mean, is there like a project or something you get to do at the end of it?
Yeah, the last class I think is like either an internship. Well, I think it's an internship.
Okay.
I think I'm leaning more towards the nonprofit side, so hopefully there's like a nice nonprofit I could connect with and see how things are going.
Well, you mentioned one of the good things about being in the program you're in now is that you have time for all of the other, you call it stuff on campus. So I know you through that other stuff on campus, and there are many things you do. One thing you do is serve as president of the Black Student Union. So first day of Black History Month.
Happy Black History Month.
Happy Black History Month. I'm excited for that. And I know we have a lot going on as a campus, but anything you want to highlight in terms of Black History Month?
So tonight is actually the first event. We're doing a hot chocolate social, really laid back, just like get to know BSU, get to know what we're going to do for the rest of the month. Towards the end of the month, we have a history of hip hop that we're planning. What I'm most excited about is the natural hair workshop. It's called Embrace Your Crown, and everyone is welcome to come to that. And like you're going to learn about cultural significance, how to take care of your hair tips, what it means, like different hairstyles, their names, like where they come from, and like all that. And it's actually going to be Charmaine from the cosmetology department, and so I'm excited for that. Yeah, that one's like, love it, can't wait.
Yeah, that was not a plan to that question, but I'm so glad you brought up the natural hair cultivation program. And I think it's been received really well. And actually, when you're around the community, like I see it's been advertised. This is not something I would personally know a lot about in my own background, but it just seems like that was something, it was like this hidden need that had not been addressed for a very long time. And so it's a neat thing for Northern part of that. Are you hearing good things? I mean,
I'm hearing good things. I know a lot of people are excited to take it. And I know Rosie, who you had one of these videos with earlier, she was talking to a girl. She wants to get her hair done, and she wants to do like, learn how to do hair for Black women in New York, like at a women's shelter or something like that. And I was like, oh my God, that's like really unique and interesting. So that's like a great way to navigate that and like learn about that. So that sounds exciting.
Well, you and I know each other a little bit now, and so I feel comfortable with you. So direct question time. Just to lay it out as honest as I can. So my question is, I mean, it's Black History Month. I know there are a lot of events happening this month. It was really terrific. I felt honored to be part of the MLK Day of Service middle of last month. But for many of our students or many of our employees like me, who are really interested in Black history, want to be engaged, but don't have a lot of that as part of their personal background. I mean, what advice or what idea do you have in terms of how someone like me can take a step forward and say, like, I want to be involved, but not really feeling like I know how at the start?
I would say asking something like book recommendations or like doing your outside research on like different things, like the hair. You're not gonna know. Well, you specifically, you're not gonna know, but other people, other people aren't gonna know like what a specific hairstyle is. So like if you're not of African American descent, or if you're not Black, or whatever the case may be, you might not know like, oh, these are box braids. So if you're trying to get them, you're like, I'm gonna make up a name or whatever. Then of course you don't want to do that. But so I would say doing your own research in like certain things like hair or music, different things that originate from Black culture. That's always a good step. That way you're not like overbearing yourself with like all this information left and right, and then you can like ease your way into small things. I think BSU obviously is a good resource for anyone can come, but students, so that they can like, I wouldn't say that we're just like, here's some knowledge, but kind of sometimes, just like different experiences also. So that's good. I would say books, research on your own, and then collaborating with other people to learn and get the feel.
That's really good advice.
Yeah.
So it's easy to forget this. Okay, I think it's easy to forget that while we're here, I think students in particular, but all of us are here to learn in our particular degree program or to learn about our area of work if you're an employee. Like the really cool thing about a university is that it's about learning all around. I mean, learning about the community, learning about the natural environment, but also like learning about new things, new histories, new, you know, people with different backgrounds. And so I think that that's something at Northern I really want to push people to be involved in.
Yeah, absolutely.
So here, I'll ask it a different way, and this is great, and the editing is great. So I'll ask it a different way. So lightning round. I mean, if you had to look back and you think about the decision you made to come to Northern, right? That's a big decision for anyone.
Yeah.
You know, what are the things that, you know, when you landed here and you started being a student, you thought, gosh, that's not what I expected. It was different than what you expected.
How friendly everyone was. I was like, what is this a setup right now? But I really liked the environment that I was in, so I was like, I think that's why I love it. That's why I stayed. So that's one thing I would say. Getting into my program, so I knew that I was gonna be able to like start right away as a freshman. But I wasn't anticipating it being the way it was, like how it was laid out, and so that was good. Kind of got hectic once we started changing the program, but you know, stuck through the organizations, I guess. Like obviously I went in BSU thinking like, okay, I'm gonna find some good friends here, but I didn't think it would be as easy as it was, and it just kind of effortlessly happened.
Yep.
So smooth.
So I go back to an earlier thing we talked about, which is your involvement on campus. And another thing that's always popped up in conversations you and I have had, even if they're short, is your ability to balance time commitments. I mean, you've served on, you know, search committees and kind of university-wide committees. You obviously are a student leader on campus. You're a great student in the classroom. So do you have advice? Let's say there's a first-year undergraduate student out there who's watching this. What's your advice for that first-year student in terms of balancing everything that you could do here versus all of the things you probably, you know, should
need
do
to focus
here?
on.
I mean, I need to focus on
using Google Calendar, because that has really saved me. Because I'm the type of person like will get a planner and then fill out the like first month and it just gets thrown wherever, and I'm like, oh well, just wasting my money. So I would say Google Calendar is very helpful. That way you're not overlapping yourself with what you're doing, because then you're like, oh man, I just double booked myself, and you're like, oh no, I can't do this. Or like blocking out specific time to just sometimes be by yourself or just be with like whoever you want to be with. Really nice. That way you can like come back down and like then you're ready to and reset. That way you're ready to go take on the world and do more. Like, and I would say don't jump off the deep end as soon as you get here. Like ease your way into it instead of like, okay, I'm gonna go through 5 orgs, I gotta do my classwork, I'm gonna work a job, and because then you're like burnt out before you even have reached your full potential. So I would say take it slow, use Google Calendar or any type of planner, and take time for yourself.
Yeah, no one wants to hear from me in this clip. It's really about you. But I have to say the last piece of advice about sort of working into things slowly is really good advice. Even as a new president, like this past year, you come in and you want to do everything at once and you see all, but really you've got to work into things and listen and learn and take your time. And the other thing, I'm an old track runner. So we used to train by doing like a really fast lap, and then you take a lap to recharge, like a slow jog, and then you're ready to go fast again. And I think that being a really involved student is kind of the same way. You can go pedal to the metal, and there are times where it's finals, you're leading a major student event, then you've got to recharge.
You got to take a step back and figure out like what to prioritize and what not to prioritize.
Absolutely. You ready for more hard questions?
I suppose.
Okay. So you can take a pick between one of these 2 hard questions. One is, you know, if you could tell a boring administrator like me one thing about what we could do to improve life for students who are coming here from outside Marquette, no particular background, but from outside Marquette, what would it be? That's option one. You can tell me something like that. Option two is that you're coming back for, let's see, your 25th reunion. Yeah, so you're coming back to Northern 25 years from now.
Oh man, okay.
What is it that you'd like to see most sort of have grown here or, blossomed here at Northern that would make you proud to be a Northern grad? You can pick either one of those two questions.
I'll pick the second one.
Okay. Yeah.
And I would say, because I'm seeing it firsthand, I would like to come back to like the diversity department 10 times bigger than what it is. Like, I want to see multiple full-time staff in there, as well as the students. Like, we love working there and being that community for people, but I want to see like the backing behind it and making sure that it's an actual priority rather than just, oh yeah, we'll do that and get to it. I want to feel like Northern really put that first, or it doesn't have to be first, but as a priority. So that would make me proud to be another one.
Yeah. Well, so thank you for sharing that. I think we do have, some initial steps underway. It's really exciting for us. Dr. Campbell, Sean Reese Campbell, is,
I'm so excited.
Is certainly already doing good work. I think it's hard. Two things I'll say. One is, if things are too student-led, if they're just if it's really based on students, I hate to say it this way, but students, you're here for several years. And then you go on and do great things. And so there's always that transition period. It's different than having permanent staff. And the other thing is that I'm guilty of this sometimes. I think lots of human beings are. It's not right to say, well, we want to make change in this area, so go out and do that and figure out a way in your own time, your own resources that you have to make that change happen. And I think I am proud that I think the university is making, some really concrete, permanent investments, so that it's not all on one person or students. And so I think I hope we make you proud and you come back before your 25th.
Hopefully before my 25th. I don't see myself staying away too long.
Thanks for doing what you're doing and riding it out or being that bridge. I think you've served that role exceptionally well. And we talk a lot about building a diverse student body here, and I think we have a lot of improvement to go. I think, if anything, we've got to make sure that right along with that, or maybe even advance that, we're focusing on a diverse faculty and staff, so that, as a university, we're able to have a university where students can see themselves, and also where there is that investment, in terms of, our resources and our offices in diversity.
Representation is important. Very, very important to see. Do
you have a question for me?
Oh,
I
don't know.
Have to, but if you do,
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. How's being president? How's it been?
I like the best job. You can't make it up, and maybe it wouldn't be the best job for everybody, but thank you for asking that. And actually, oddly enough, today is 1 year since my first sort of formal first day.
Wow.
And it's a really difficult job. It's stressful some days, but it couldn't be better. Like how lucky are you if you have a job where you feel like you're challenged, it's inspiring, but also I think this stuff matters. I mean, the work we do here, you and me and everybody here matters. And so it's also a lot of fun. There's a lot of joy in it. So thanks for asking that. I'm loving it. Our whole family's very happy here.
So that's good.
Thanks for being here, MarLanaysia.
Of course.
Keep up the good work.
All right, I will. I'll make you guys proud.